Good morning. Are we live yet? I think we might be live. I don't know yet. Good morning and welcome to today's live practice. My name is Lynn and I am a trauma-informed breathwork guide. And today I am going to lead you through a practice that focuses on the thoughts. But before we begin, I want you to know that you are not broken. You are not incomplete. You are absolutely perfect, and you have everything you need to live an absolutely amazing life filled with joy and love. So you may ask, why aren't I living a life that's filled with joy and love? Or why am I so unhappy? And I'm going to tell you why right now. Because of this. Our thoughts, all of those swirling thoughts in our mind, hold us back from believing in ourselves and believing in that and seeing that magic and that power that we hold within. And the thing is that most of these thoughts aren't even ours. We pick these up from outside, and most of them aren't even true. Most of what is stored in our mind are just opinions. They're other people's opinions. They're opinions that were formed because of social media, or before we had social media, we had magazines and the television and all these societal standards that we felt like we had to uh, attain. So today I thought it would be a good idea to work on beginning to just notice those thoughts, working on our awareness around those thoughts, because awareness is the first step to change. And then once we have awareness of those thoughts, in fact, it might be a really good idea if you were to do this practice each morning for the next week. Just being aware of your thoughts. And you can do this throughout the day too, if you have a moment just to close your eyes and just notice your thoughts. Notice the thoughts that are swirling through your mind. Notice the thoughts that are consistently coming up. And, not beating yourself up because of these thoughts, just noticing them with love. And then next week, I'll share a practice for that will help you to begin to change those thoughts. I've been reading and I've been taking, I have a membership that we meet once a week, and we've been going through this book, You Can Heal Your Life. It's absolutely amazing book. It's an oldie but goodie. Highly recommend it. But this practice it's kind of from that book, but not, I've adapted it. So I think you will really find this practice helpful. And I think actually, that kind of threw me off my train of thought. And I don't have notes here to keep me on track. So let's see if I got off track and I didn't say something I was going to. I apologize. But we're going to go into this practice and we aren't going to breathe long today. We're going to breathe for about a minute just to go help us to go within. And then we're just going to sit quietly and just notice the thoughts that pop up. We're not going to cling on to these thoughts. We're not going to create any stories around about this thought, like, oh, this must be from when Uncle Bert called me a frog or whatever. We're not going to focus on create all these stories or anything like that. We're just going to notice the thoughts, and we're not going to beat ourselves up for those thoughts either. We're not going to be like, oh, you're so stupid for thinking that thought, or you shouldn't have done that, or this or that. We're not going to go into all that. We're not going to create all those stories. We're just going to notice the thoughts. And as you notice the thoughts, just just observing with love and seeing the thoughts maybe go by as if they're floating on clouds and you're watching a movie, like you're watching a movie of your thoughts. And that's all we're going to do today. Just that, breathe for about a minute, then just watch our thoughts as they float by, just noticing with love. And then after, I recommend it might be a good idea once we come back to jot down those thoughts. And then to do this every day, just spend a short time just observing your thoughts, or as you go through the day, observing the thoughts, and maybe at the end of the day, writing down the dominant thought pattern that you see coming up over and over again. So if you can do so safely, get yourself to a comfortable position. Now, it is not recommended to do breath work when you are driving or when you are on water. We're only going to breathe for about a minute, but still, it's better to be safe. To do this in a place where you can sit safely and securely. And the breath that we will use today is just a simple circular breath, breathing in through the nose down to the belly. So if you were to place both hands on your belly, when you breathe in through your nose, you feel the belly expanding. And then when you exhale through the mouth, we're going to exhale through the mouth, by the way, you feel the belly contracting. So it'll look something like this. And this is a circular breath. There is no pause between the inhale and the exhale. So it'll look something like this. Now you'll notice my exhale was a little slower than my inhale because we do want to extend that exhale a bit longer than the inhale. And I know this can be a lot to think about, but don't think about it at all. Just focus on that breath going all the way deep down into your belly and then just opening the mouth and because when you breathe into the belly, you stimulate the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve is our rest and digest. So let's go ahead and get into our nice comfy position, blinking the eyes closed or gently gazing at something in your space. I am going to begin some music in a moment. I don't want it to startle you when I do. I'm just noticing the surface below you. I will cue you when it's time to begin the breath and when it's time to end the controlled breath. Just feeling the body settle into the surface supporting you. Let's take in a deep cleansing breath together. For this breath, we're just going to breathe into the nose and just sigh it out. And as you sigh it out, just releasing any tension that you may be holding on to. Breathing in deeply, letting go, feeling the body gently melt into the surface holding you. Now noticing the pattern of your natural breath. Just observing here. Noticing the feeling of the air as it enters your nostrils. Noticing the feeling of the air as it exits your nostrils. Feeling the body, letting go, allowing. keeping the focus on the breath. Each time it wanders, just gently returning to the breath. And we're going to move into that breath pattern, breathing in through the nose, feeling the belly expand, opening the mouth, letting the breath go, breathing in, letting go, breathing in, letting go, breathing in, letting go, feeling yourself travel deeper and deeper within, breathing in, letting go. Now taking in 3 more breaths like that on your own. Each breath bringing you deeper and deeper into that place where you're able to observe with love. Now releasing the breath pattern, just allowing yourself to be here in stillness, just observing the thoughts in your mind. And I am going to be silent for the next few minutes and just allow you to observe whatever arises. If the mind wanders, just gently returning to that place of observation. Just watching your thoughts as if they were a movie playing in front of you, without any judgment, without creating any stories, just watching the thoughts roll by. Now, once again, moving your awareness to your breath, just noticing the feeling of the inhale, noticing the feeling of the exhale. Feeling the support of the surface below you. Maybe noticing any sounds in your space. And when you're ready, gently blinking open the eyes and returning to your space. This is a good time to journal and jot down some of those thoughts that came up. And like I said, don't create any stories around them. Don't judge yourself for these thoughts. The only judgment that's needed to make is this really true? Or is this somebody's opinion? Or is this the opinion of a group opinion of our society? Usually these thoughts aren't even true. So keep that in mind. And I will see you next week. Next week, we will go into a practice where we begin to change these thoughts. And something that I picked up from the book, You Can Heal Your Life, is she has you just as you go through your day, you anytime those uncomfortable, that little niggling of those thoughts that you no longer want comes up, you say to yourself, I love and accept myself just as I am. Or you can use, I believe in myself. Or, uh, oh my God, one just left my mind. There's another one that's really good, and I will share that next week. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful week, and I hope you'll join me next week for next week's practice. And do sign up for my freebie. It's called what is it called? Four breaths to calm. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's down there, and it will help to soothe your nervous system and bring you from a place of to just that beautiful calm. I hope you have a beautiful day, and if you enjoyed this practice, please comment below or like this video or follow my channel. I am new at this. I've only been doing it for, I think it's about a month and a half now, and it's been a struggle. It really has. I've had technical difficulties and sound difficulties and but it's getting easier. And I will get better and better at this. You will see if you keep following me. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next week. Bye.